Hey there, rising leaders. Welcome back to Rise and Thrive. I'm Shay Blackmon, and if you're a Black woman navigating corporate spaces, you know that sometimes being the only one feels like carrying the weight of the world. But what happens when you're the only one three times over? Today, we're talking about the triple bind that Black LGBTQ plus women face in leadership. And honey, the math is not mathing the way they told us it would. So here's the thing that nobody talks about in those diversity workshops. When you're a Black lesbian woman entering a boardroom, you're not just facing racism, then sexism, then homophobia in some neat little order. Oh no, baby. These forces compound like interest on a credit card you forgot you had. The hypervisibility paradox hits hard. You're visible as different, but somehow invisible when it's time to recognize your strategic contributions. And let's be real, you're expected to represent all Black people, all women, and all LGBTQ plus employees. Last time I checked, that's not a one-person job description. Now, after 2 decades of transforming organizational cultures, I've seen sister outsiders, that's Audre Lorde's term, not mine, not just survive, but absolutely thrive. But it requires what I call intentional authenticity. This is where my pride framework comes in. P, purpose-driven visibility. You choose when to show up fully, strategically aligning with your leadership goals. R, relationship building across difference. Build those bridges, honey. Your white LGBTQ plus colleagues, your straight Black colleagues, they can amplify your voice. I, intersectional advocacy. Use that unique perspective to advocate for systemic changes that benefit multiple groups. D, documentation and storytelling. Keep those receipts and tell your story strategically. E, empowerment of others. Create pathways. Liberation is collective, not individual. I've worked with brilliant women, let's call her Maya, who went from hiding parts of herself to becoming a CTO who drove 40% innovation improvement. How? By leveraging her intersectional perspective as a business advantage, not a burden to overcome. Look, in my work transforming cultures across multiple industries, I've seen organizations miss out on incredible talent because they couldn't create space for authentic intersectional leadership. They'll have a Black History Month celebration and a Pride Month event, but somehow can't figure out how to support the Black woman who's married to another woman and killing it in the C-suite. Your intersectional identity isn't something to manage or minimize. It's strategic intelligence. Research shows that companies with intersectional diversity see 19% higher innovation revenue. Your lived experience navigating multiple forms of marginalization, that's executive-level emotional intelligence and change management skills that organizations desperately need. In my ebook, Rise and Thrive, A Black Woman's Blueprint for Leadership Excellence, I dive deep into strategic authenticity frameworks specifically designed for our unique challenges. Because generic leadership advice, that's cute, but it wasn't written for us. And if you're dealing with organizational cultures that need transformation, whether you're inside trying to change things or leading an organization that wants to do better, that's exactly the kind of strategic HR work I do with my consulting practice. Now, if you want to start building your resilience toolkit today, grab my Free Shield Resilience Strategy Guide. Links in the description. It's specifically designed for Black women leaders navigating challenging workplace dynamics. And here's what I want to know. What's one way your intersectional identity has been a superpower in your leadership journey? Drop it in the comments because your story might be exactly what another sister outsider needs to hear. Remember, I've got my Ask Shay series where I answer your burning leadership questions directly. So if you've got something you're wrestling with, professionally or strategically, leave it in the comments or send it my way. Keep rising, keep thriving, and remember, your authenticity isn't a compromise. It's your competitive advantage. Until next time.